Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Stop Watering Dead Flowers with me, your host, Chris Forbes, in association with the Stand Comedy Club. Once again, I'm just going to start off this week's podcast by plugging the live show. That's right, I know you're probably getting sick of hearing about this, but we're doing a live version of this show on the 20th of May in the Glasgow Stand Comedy Club where we record it. It's a Wednesday night, everyone's favourite party live podcast recording night. Come on down, we've got some wonderful guests yet to be confirmed, but by the time this goes out, I'm sure they will be, and you'll be like, oh my God, that's wonderful guests.
Well, you're sending out some text on the 19th, are you?
Yeah.
Who's available tomorrow?
It's going to be great. And you yourselves can be involved. We'll be asking audience members to share some of your own dead flowers. We'll get you involved in the show. You can read them out, come up, answer a few questions. But other than that, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll crack into the show right after this little jingle.
Stop watering dead flowers.
I'm delighted to say this week in the garden we've got the fantastic Kai Humphries. Kai, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Nice.
Kai, it's fair to say, as way of introduction, you're just one of the. I mean, you're just one of the best comics in the
thanks,
game
man.
right now in the UK, and you travel around the world doing comedy. You're like just a permanent fixture of like.
It's very funny that I've been on Daniel Sloss's tour as well as my own, and on his tour we've done like Budapest, we've done Amsterdam, we've done Sofia, we've done Bucharest, we've done all these Cluj, we've done all these mad places, right? And then on my tour I've done Newcastle, Manchester, and Newcastle, and I've got Glasgow plugged in as well. So that's the difference between my contained tour and his.
Did you not break some mad record at Newcastle Stand though? Like you put on an outrageous number of nights.
It's a strange record because I don't know if it is a record because the majority of people that could sell that amount of numbers would do a bigger venue.
Right.
So it's one of them where I could just go, I've done over 10 gigs at the Newcastle Stand. They go, why don't you just do one city hall? But the answer to that is I don't want to go to Newcastle less.
Yeah.
I want to go more. I don't live there anymore. I live in Glasgow. I live here.
Yes, we've adopted you.
So what I do is every time I see a home game I can go to, I put on a solo show next to it, and then I visit my family. So I've been dripping the gigs rather than doing one big one. Just hi, bye, fuck off. I've just been going back.
What a football fan that is to literally schedule your gigs around home fixtures.
Well, I need to get twice as big as I am now so I can go to every home game.
Oh, my
That's the
God.
goal.
Wow.
And then I can try and grab a season ticket.
But you're very much at home in Glasgow now. You've been up here a good few years.
Yeah. So it was after lockdown.
Right.
Because at lockdown we realised we lived in London because my wife's job was there. Then we realised she could work from home. And we're like, why is our home London then? Let's go back to where you're from.
And Glasgow, Newcastle, you probably hear this a lot, but people often say they're very similar types of places and people, kind of good working class cities, and everyone seems to get on, similar types of humour. Mm-hmm. Did you find like it's been pretty easy?
Yeah, I find Newcastle, Glasgow, Liverpool, anything with like an industrial background, like working class roots, that sense of humour kind of develops in the workplace.
Yeah.
And it's easy to like appeal to when you're from that walk of life.
Aye.
Like, and I really enjoy gigging up here for that reason. It's like Newcastle.
Brilliant. Well, we're glad to have you, mate. And in terms of the format of this podcast, what do you like as a person generally? When things do happen to you that don't sit well, do you hold on to them? Can you put them aside?
I'm really kind to myself, mate.
Oh,
I don't ruminate. Not about things I've done in the past. Like I don't. What's it called when you fucking You just something happens and you're just like, why am I like this? Like I'm never like that with myself. I always laugh at myself as if one of my friends had done that. Because if your mate does something stupid, you're not angry at him. You're not like, why are you like that? Why would you fucking say that? You dickhead. Like, you're not looking back like that. You fucking knob. Like, you tosser. You do it with a smile on your face. And I do that with myself.
That's the way I talk to myself, but in an actual angry tone.
Wait, do you know one of my techniques to get around that, right, is when the angry tone comes into my head, I amplify it until it sounds silly. So if I do something like burn a meal that I'm cooking, why are you like this? You toss like I'll overharm the thing until I start laughing at how like mean I'm being to myself, because I'm making it cartoonish, the anger to myself, and then it dissipates. and then I'll just fucking make something else.
God, I need to try that.
Honestly, just like we're not here for that long, really. You don't want to spend any of that time fucking angry at yourself. It's not to the point you get super complacent. You still want to fucking learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
You still want to go, all right, let's try not to do that again.
See, this is good. People have come on here with much better advice than I can ever dispense on it. But I basically, the whole format of this is because I'm like that all the time with myself. And I feel like generally I'm quite a happy-go-lucky, placid guy. But in the house, if I'm by myself, I'll really turn on myself, man. And the whole inner critic, as they call it. And I'll get so... Even today, like getting up here, I was running late and I hadn't left enough time to have lunch. And then I was like, I don't have a change of top. And I was getting really angry at myself. And it's so trivial.
Dial it down.
Yeah,
dial it down. Dial it down or fucking over-exaggerate and get it out of the way. Burn it fast and hard.
I like that idea, man.
I did something that I really like, even though I've got like a positive outlook and I'll always just try and move on from things. I did something last year that it took a lot of mental gymnastics for me to get around it, right?
Is this going to be one of the key stories?
It's actually not, but if we run out of time, sure, we've done it, right? I saved up and I bought a car that I wanted. I used to be in a lot of debt, right? And I'm talking like 2013, around about that time. Like I was like credit cards, multiple overdrafts, loans, right? And like a lot of my income was going into just this bottomless pit of money, right? And I was like, right, I'm just fucking not going to get any take. I'm just going to focus all like, so I do these big tours with Daniel. I'll just fucking throw all the money into this bottomless pit until eventually it fucking cleared. And like I got myself out of debt, like the turn of last decade, and I've just been like very mindful to never get into that mess again. So I wanted a nice new car, but I didn't want to get into tick for it. So I saved up for it, and I bought myself a nice car, and I put AdBlue in the diesel. Mate.
Oh no!
Mate, I couldn't believe.
Oh no!
And I thought I'd get away with it, because right.
No,
I'd done a shop with Natalie, right, and this is how, when we were in Sainsbury's, you know, when you've got these little tokens that if you spend a certain amount you can save £7 or whatever, right? We purposefully are trying to get over this threshold so we can use this token, right? And then we'll scan everything through and it doesn't use the token because we bought sugar syrup, which isn't alcoholic, but it's classed as an alcoholic drink, right? So Natalie's running around the shop to try and find something to bring it over to save £7, right? So we do that, and then we'll go to the car and we'll go to put the shopping in the boot, and there's AdBlue with like a bit left. And I was like, well, if I just put this in, we've got more room in the boot. And I got the funnel and I put it in. I'd filled up the diesel before it came in. The muscle memory must have been there. I put the funnel in the diesel bit, right? And I handed the funnel to Natalie for her to hold. And but it was 100% my fault. There's never a point where everyone, what are you doing? I put it in there, right? And I started pouring it, and it started going all over the floor. And we're like, oh fuck, it's in the wrong bit. And I was like, oh, it's gone all over the floor because they've made this idiot proof. They've made this absolutely idiot proof for people that do this, right? And then it pours through the fucking manifold and ends up on the floor, and it doesn't enter the diesel tank. You need the nozzle to go in, right? And then we put it in the other one and filled it up and put the shopping in. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I start the car? I started the car. It worked fine. I'm driving it. It works fine, right? And it worked fine until, like I said, just filled up the tank. The next time I put a tank of fuel in, that's when it started playing up. And I think what had happened is there was a little reservoir. And then when I'd poked the thing through, that had fell in, and just the tiniest amount, and it just started you know how it's got that on-off thing when you pull up the traffic lights, right, and then it turns off and then it goes to start again. Automatic, that start would hick and then it would be too late, and then I'd be in traffic looking like a dick. So that's when I started putting it through the garage and the fucking warranty and everything. No one would touch it. Nobody wanted it. I lost the car. I sold it away, buy any car, and I ended up fucking losing 17 grand.
No,
with what I spent and what I got back, right?
Oh no!
And as far as moments where you're like, you fucking dickhead, that is the peak. Right?
No, because you know it's self-inflicted.
Oh, it's all me. It's all me. I've got to fucking reap what I sow here because I did it.
You must have really did the over the top slagging off thing to get over that one.
Couple of things. If I'm gonna make a big, huge mistake in my car, right, make it one that only hurts my wallet, not the health or life of others. right? If I'm going to make a mistake in my car, I'd choose that one ahead of many.
Right. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It still doesn't help, really, does it? Still sucker punch. And another one is, I fucking at least I don't have to pay for that for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get another one. I'm just sharing Natalie's car right now, so that will I don't deserve another one. I'm not going to get another one for a while.
I don't deserve.
Man, I used to do this with sunglasses. If I lost a pair of sunglasses, there's 1 year before you can have sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's your fault. You can afford sunglasses. You're fucking not trusted with them. You wait a year, get your sunglasses.
Oh my god!
I'm fucking punishing myself. I'm not getting another car. Like, that's my punishment to myself.
That's quite good though. 'Cause it does sound like you really rationally managed to just be like, well, that's happened, so now I'm just going to do this. And
as well, I come from debt. I come from working class. I come from the only food to eat, the food that's in the fridge. If you're fucking living like that, you're not getting anything else. Like, I come from fucking poverty, man. And there's no way I'm going to adjust my outlook to a point where I'm, my second car. I'm not going to allow myself to be that. Even though it fucking sucks, even though it fucking hurts, I'm not going to allow myself to dwell or like, man, what the fuck? What a shit thing to do to yourself.
I still beat myself up over the fact that I crashed our car 2 years ago. I was in, for some reason it feels like now it does make it a bit comically more ridiculous, but it was when I was in Panto and I was a dame and I was running out after doing the show, so I still had kind of dame makeup. I just looked like a big clown. Like, I was jumping in the car because I was rushing to get somewhere else, and thank God it wasn't another car, but I just reversed really fast into a wall.
As a Panto dame?
Yeah, as a Panto dame. Like,
you.
Ridiculous.
The wall's behind you.
And it absolutely destroyed like back of the bumper and side of the car. Like, I was really rushing fast, and I did it in front of a director and another person, and they were just like, they were looking at me stunned because I was too embarrassed to get out and be like, oh, I just kind of went like that, oh fuck, and put it in first and drove off with this hole in the car. And I still think about how annoying that was for me and for my wife and for them. And I think about them seeing it and being like, what an idiot. And I really overplay the situation and what other people now think of me because I reversed the car into a wall dressed as a dame.
Everyone thinks you're a dickhead. That's fine. It's totally fine, mate. It's totally fine. The conclusion that you're worried about is never as bad as what you think it is, either. You're like, oh, what are people going to think? Who gives a fuck?
No.
Who gives a flying fuck, man?
And there's the whole like the no claims thing. Eleanor's such she's such a cautious driver. She was like, we could go through the insurance, but it means we'll lose our and we hadn't claimed anything for like 8 years. And I was like, we could scrape together and I could probably just pay for it in a garage or something. And she was like, let's just do the insurance. Like, that's what the insurance is for. And I was like, but we'll lose the no claims.
It's funny with insurance, isn't it? Because you're buying it, you're fucking every day. Your life you spend on insurance. You got like fucking insurance for your car, travel insurance, your fucking life insurance, your house insurance, pet insurance. So you got pets. Like, you these are all things you're buying.
It's mad.
And you don't want to use them ever.
Exactly.
Like, I've never fucking bought anything I've never wanted to use. Yet I'm forced to on about 10 different channels. So if it comes to the point where you've got to use one of them, just fucking use it. Like, that's what you've put the money in the pot. Go and get it back when you can.
I feel like I've come on your podcast and you're making me feel better. Like, this is good. Right. Well, we'll dive into the ones though. We'd normally start with a childhood one. Was there one that did stick out a little bit, or one that maybe you're over now, but was there something from your childhood that made you think about?
Right, can I just have a little look at the notes on
my
phone?
Aye.
I didn't want to miss anything out because there's a handful that are running through my head. Sorry, mate, I should have been better prepared.
No, quite a few people have come on with their phones actually.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, because I changed it last minute on this, which is why I was thinking about it. So I moved schools when I was... so the end of year 10.
Right.
So I moved. So I don't know what the school system's like in Scotland. Is it like last 3 years is year 9, 10 and 11?
Yeah, so that would be like fourth year, fifth year, sixth year type of thing.
Yeah. So what would have been our year 11, which is your final year in school. I moved into a new school, and the story behind the moving into the school is actually part of my new show. So I'm not going to fuck you, because that's the full second half of that show. And if people want to see it, they can see it. Right?
Well, good wee teaser for the show.
When I was previewing for this show, I wanted to put this little extra story on at the end from when I moved schools, but then I realised it didn't fit. Right, but I deep dived into when I moved schools. I knew a handful of people in that school because I played football for a team outside of school. A few of them were in. I was in Air Cadets. A few of the people from Air Cadets were in, right? And one of the lasses from Air Cadets, her younger sister, was in the year below me. And I fancied her, right? And we got the emails into the school. It was like that. So what? Yeah, would it have been like 1998?
Right.
It's like the dawn of email. Like we were just starting. That was my first ever email address, was in that school. And at the time, the Big Breakfast were doing love letters.
Oh yeah.
And it was Johnny Vaughan and Denise Van Outen. And I wrote with me mates, we're both like I was writing a letter about how like I'm friends with her sister and the thing. I like her, but she doesn't know I like her, and blah, blah. Like, it was this fucking horrible little corny letter that I wrote in. But this was like a novel technology that we were using, and it was like I'm sending this letter to this TV thing. I kind of forgot about it. The next day I'm having breakfast, right? Watching the Big Breakfast before going into school. And Denise Van Outen was on holiday, and covering her holiday was the Playboy model, Jenny McCarthy. Remember Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So she Playmate of the Year 1993.
What golden era of television?
Wrote a book about how the vaccine gives you autism in 2020.
She's a wild one.
Yeah, and the guest on the show was Vinnie Jones.
Wow.
And Johnny Vaughan, Jenny McCarthy, and Vinnie Jones read out my letter on the Big Breakfast.
What a surreal statement to be able to say.
And Jenny McCarthy was telling us to get some balls and just ask her out. And Vinnie Jones was saying to sack her.
Wow.
Just bin her off, mate. And when I was writing my show, and I thought I was going to put this in the show, which I think is wherever you've been in a stand-up show, right? But the show was... like, it was one of them things where it was like Marvel after the credits, where I was like, I'd actually brought a really good conclusion when I moved schools, and everything after that is like, it's after that. I'd managed, you know, when you've got your dismount from your show. And then, so when I was previewing, I was overrunning, I was doing everything to crowbar this in, right? So I never put it in. But while I was writing it for my show, I got in touch with, I forget what the website's called. It's like Screen something. It's an archive.
Right.
And I got in a dialogue with this guy, and he found it.
To find the clip.
He found it on video, and he digitized it for us. And I've got it to show you.
You're kidding.
You can play it on the podcast.
Oh, amazing.
Okay. Anyway. There's this lass called Jill, who I totally worship. I'd rather go out with her than anyone I can think of. It's just I'm good friends with her older sister. And she says that Jill likes me, but doesn't really like me.
That's not what I wrote.
Like me, but I'm canny gutted because I love her and don't just want to give up, but do not know if I should. People say there are plenty more fish in the sea, but it's wrong because she's the only lass I feel this way about. Will you tell me what to do? Because I want to be with her.
First of all, don't say only because there's never an only. And you know what you're never going to do? You don't give up. God, can you imagine that? Just being like, oh, I'm just going to throw in my chips. This, you have to really get some balls, man. Get some cannoli and go for it.
Okay, good advice.
Wow.
Okay, you know what? I've got a...
You know what? I have to pee. I know it's like to be. Can someone take over for me?
Jenny McCarthy, Jenny McCarthy.
Problems. Who am I going to get? I've got another problem here. Hey! Oh, it's Vinnie Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't believe you've had relationship advice from Jenny McCarthy and Vinnie Jones.
Do you mind I'm going to ask a problem. It's a viewer's problem. You ready? Okay.
That's nuts.
So that was the one that didn't play before is the Vinnie Jones segment.
What he has to say about it.
Where for some reason.
But what would you have done there? With the guy who's he's in love with this girl called Jill, but he doesn't. He's gutted because I love her and don't want to give up. But I know, he knows that the love might not work out. What do you think?
Sack her.
Sack her.
Sack her.
Just sack her.
Sack her.
Oh, Vinny, you
down
tell a hard line with relationships.
Go down the
okay, so you reckon
public
this guy
boys.
should start fooling around now?
Yeah, and he should sack the other one.
He should sack the other one. Okay, thank you very much, Vinny. We've got a phone card. If you need to ask Vinnie Jones.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that even happened. But B, I can't believe that you were able to track it down and someone found it.
Oh man, I was so nervous when I got it because it's like one of them suppressed memories, man. Because like I had to go. I was new in that school.
Aye.
I didn't know. Like I knew a handful of people. They weren't all in my class. right? And I didn't know the majority of people in that school. I didn't know, even though they'd all known each other for years from coming through school together. And I had to go into that schoolyard as the fucking new kid. I had squint surgery when I had this bong eye, I had these big NHS glasses. Where one of them was like really thick because this eye's thick, so I had this magnified bong eye.
For people that don't know, we'll have to edit this in as well. There's the famous
It's in the
picture
toilet,
of you.
it's behind the toilet door.
And there's a picture of Kai from when he was younger up in the green room. It's brilliant.
We can actually, Sean, can you grab that picture? And then, because that is. I think the school tie is that school, so this is exactly what that's. If I remember right, that's the school photo from that year.
This is
this is exactly how I looked when I when I sent this message.
Look at this is what he's talking about. Because I see it all the time.
There we go.
This is the wee guy writing in. Wow.
And man, that was some character building shit, having to hold my head up high and going to that school knowing that I did that. Did people piece it together pretty quickly that they knew who that story was about? Oh yeah, it went around like fucking wildfire. And my friends were laughing, and obviously they were with us when I wrote the email, so they were fucking ratting us
They're
out.
telling folk.
They're telling folk, aye. And
shame on Johnny Vaughan for his terrible attempt at trying to get the kind of Geordie
canny, because I must have put the word canny in, because there's certain words as a Geordie you don't know aren't world. So canny, I guess in Scotland canny would be cannot, but canny in Newcastle's like an amplifier word. If someone's canny pretty or canny good at football, it's just like a word. It's a word for very. Or if somebody's nice, they're canny. It's like a bit of a utility word. So I threw that in. So he, as soon as he saw the word canny, pivoted into a Geordie accent. But then there's the bit where I go, she doesn't like me.
Yeah, he ruined that.
He went, she doesn't like me. he made it horny. Like Johnny Vaughan making it horny.
90s, like early morning TV was horny, man, like Soccer AM and Big Breakfast. Wild.
So that episode, when they digitized the full episode and sent the full episode. And there was a bit on there where Jenny McCarthy was like, feel me balls. It was basically based on Vinnie Jones feeling Gaza's balls.
That's right, yeah.
She was like, I'm going to put balls in your hand and you've got to tell me what ball it is. Puts a rugby ball in his hand. He's like, it's a rugby ball, whatever. And he's blindfolded. And then just puts our arse in his hands. And married man Vinnie Jones is just groping a Playboy model blindfolded on breakfast television.
They don't make TV like they used to, you know? Wow. Yeah. A simpler time.
I never spoke to that girl ever again.
Oh, I bet.
To this day.
Did she ever acknowledge it, or?
I don't know.
Like, not just nothing.
I never spoke to her. I've got no idea.
She must have taken a big slagging as well, even knowing that like people would have known it was hard and all that. Yeah. Oh wow.
I don't think it gets much more humiliating than that. I think that's maybe why I don't get embarrassed too much anymore, is because like those nerve endings got fried. I think they just got fried at a young age where I'm like, oh, actually nothing will ever be that embarrassing. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I put that in the diesel with the car. Yeah, but I've already declared my love on network morning television.
and then Jenny McCarthy told us to be persistent. Grind her down.
That's a belter to start with, I must say. I can see where you might have started strong and everything else is water off a duck's back, but moving forward though, like usually we would try and go into like a career story. Are you someone that started comedy quite young, or did you have a few different type of jobs?
I did. You know what? I went straight from that school into working in a factory.
Aye.
I was trying to get my driving license so I could go and work on the road with my brother, because he had a job putting cones out.
Right. Yeah.
I failed my driving test the first time around, which turned out to be a bit of a blessing, because I would have probably still been working on the roads now, because all those boys are lifers. Right. And I ended up going to work with my dad in the airport, cleaning aeroplanes. Aye. And then I passed my driving test when I was there. I passed my lifeguard exam and I started lifeguarding in a swimming pool. And that job I held down for about 9 years.
Wow.
And then it was my mid-20s when I started doing stand-up.
Right.
So I started because I didn't watch much stand-up. So I'm glad for that, because it means that like I didn't come in with
I thinking there's a kind of blueprint how to do it.
there wasn't too much influence, because you know, like when I started, would have been 2008. A lot of people were trying to be Stuart Lee.
Yeah.
That there was that big influx of
time.
Stuart Lee open spots, which makes it handy, because you're doing short spots, you're doing 5-minute tryouts, you're doing gong shows, and anybody that's trying to do a long-winded route of a punchline they don't have the skill for, because they're not Stuart Lee. It kind of helped that I stood out as somebody that was just looking for a punchline.
It does take longer for people to talk about comedy, a bit wanky, isn't it? But you do have to find your own voice, and if you've been too influenced, it takes you longer to be like, oh no, I've got to find my own style, my own delivery.
Yeah. And I went to a gig, because I actually didn't know there was an underground comedy scene. I thought there was 6 comedians, and I thought it was like Joe Brand, Jasper Carrot, Jack D,
That's it. Yeah.
Lee Evans, Peter Kay, Billy Connolly. And then after that, like there hadn't been the McIntyre pop yet. Like that was about to happen when I started stand up. So I didn't know there was much more underneath. And obviously, when I started doing stand up, I started finding like Jim Jeffries and Doug Stanhope and shit like that. Where I was like, oh, fucking cool. There's just like there's all these people I haven't heard of that are much more my frequency. But I went to a gig because it was like my friend's birthday, and they'd organised the Hyena Comedy Club, and I went and watched the Bear Pit gig. These 3 acts on. I don't think I've ever seen them since, to be honest. There was a headliner called Valentine Fly Guy.
All right. No.
And an Irish guy that I've never seen after comparing. So I didn't actually work with any of the guys that were on the bill that night, but the whole time I was watching it, enjoying it, like enjoying the gig, but also going, is that what they do? Is that their job? Is that something? Is that something you can do? And I just did a bit of research after that. There was a printed out, clearly printed from a home printer, not like a company printer, saying there's new material night, established comedians trying new material and newer acts trying it early in their career, blah, blah. Come along Wednesday night, £4 or whatever it was, right? And I went along with like 6 of my mates, because like I pocketed this, and I was like, I want to go and just do a bit of research on what it's about. And we made up like half of the audience, the Hyena Comedy Club, with 12 people in. And I watched Dave Johns, Alfie Joey, it was Gavin Webster who printed the thing out. He organised it, And I'm sure Carl Hutchinson was on that night as one of the newer comedians. So watched these guys, chatted to Gav afterwards, and just went, look, mate, if you do this monthly, I'll bring a lot more people in this next month if you can give us a spot. And he put us on for a spot, and I practically filled the room with people from my football team, from people from my workplace. Just like it was like the dawn of Facebook as well. So when I reconnecting with everyone apart from the girl from school. I put it out to people on social media, and like my first gig was like my fucking own birthday party, because it was just like people.
Vinnie Jones, Johnny
Vaughan was there. So I did that gig just to like to my own mates. Really, that was my first gig, and then it was just one thing led to another from that. I ended up like chatting to other comedians on the night that got us on at like Dog and Parrot, Long Live Comedy, End Bar had a gig called I Heart Asbos. There was just a handful of little open mics, and then obviously I found the forums, because before everything moved over to Facebook, there was still forums,
internet forums
for the first couple of years we stand up, and I'm applying for gigs constantly, and just doing that like suicide mails, just like you accept 5 minutes. I remember the first time I did the Woodlands Road gig for the stand. I got an email off Eva at like 4 o'clock asking if I could do tonight, because I'd applied and heard nothing, and then must have been like someone nearby. And I was like, I was in Newcastle. I was like, I just finished work. I was like, I have to leave now. And she was like, well, can you? And I was like, I'm on my way. And I just went straight from fucking work, and I had my fucking work uniform on. I worked at the swimming pool. I still had fucking chlorine in my hair. I stunk of chlorine. So I just had this double life alongside my work. Like I'd come in, I'd be knackered because I've been driving through the night. I'd slept at Gretna or whatever, and
it's wild, the early years, isn't it, of just doing any gig and travelling anywhere. And
I was totally obsessed with it. I was like, I had this work ethic that like fucking I would love to have now. to take you to the next bit. You know, I want to play golf as much as possible now.
It's a different answer now, isn't it? It's like, I'd have to leave now. Well, can you? No.
And I'm so like, when you talk about being kind to yourself, like I'm so fucking like the young version of me who did all that. I'm so grateful to that little cunt. I'm so grateful to that young man.
He put the miles in.
He put the miles in. That wasn't me, that was him.
God. Well, I take it then, if you have a story from the career side of things,
Yeah.
does it come from the comedy world?
Right. The one I put the note on my phone for this one, right? I did a gig out in Dubai, right? It was the Laughter Factory ones.
Yeah, I've done that with
Gail and Duncan.
Duncan,
yeah,
yeah.
lovely. And afterwards, I got chatting to this guy called Alan, Scottish guy, he's from Fife.
Right.
Yeah, he's the press manager for the Dubai Marathon.
Right.
And he stayed in touch with us and he was like, look, all the infrastructure workers for the Dubai Marathon are the same guys as the Great North Run. It's all,
right.
they're all Geordies. They come in, they set up the clocks, they set up the roads, they do the lane closures and all that.
Get over for entertain them.
Will you entertain them at the end? They're going to be working hard. Will you come and entertain them on that dinner at the end? We'll treat them to the dinner. Will you come and stand up? We've arranged a fee. And he was like, look, you're going to be a bit of a surprise for them.
Right,
like, we're just going to land you on them, right? And I was like, it's gonna be a shit gig, you know. In your head, you're like, oh, like we arranged a decent enough fee. I'm getting brought out to Dubai.
Yeah.
I'm still fairly early in my career. I'd maybe been going about 6 or 7 years.
Just as a
maybe.
quick aside, I don't know what, and just a note for anyone that might be listening that's thinking about doing this, why people that are organising events ever think that having a surprise comedian is ever a good idea. People need to know that there's a comedian coming, otherwise they're just having a good night and we're getting in the way.
Yeah, and the gig couldn't have worked out better for us in that I'd arranged for it to come out a bit early so that I could have a couple of days in Dubai just hanging out, right? It was in January when there's not a great deal of gigs on anyway and all that, right? And I'm at the bar at the hotel and he's put us up in the same hotel that these boys are staying at, right? And I could just hear all these Geordie lads and I know it's them, right? And one of them comes up to the bar and went, I know you. Right, and I instantly thought, oh, I'm already rumbled. He knows I'm a comedian, right? And he was like, "You're Gav's brother. The lad works on the roads. My brother worked on the roads. He knew my brother. He knew his Geordies. Well, fucking have a degree of separation." And he was like, don't you do stand-up comedy in that as well? And I was like, oh, I was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, it's January and fucking there's not many gigs on and I was just fucking got a tax return coming up. Just put a couple of fucking flights on me tax return, have me sell a holiday. It's like fucking just bullshit.
Trying to cover it.
Bullshit. This guy's like, come and have a pint with us. And I ended up going for a drink with him, right? They ended up having a round of golf and I went with him and played golf. At the time, I'd never played golf in my life. I was with these lads undercover with all these lads I'm about to perform for at the end of the week.
Oh, the amount of material you're accumulating.
That's all I was doing, mate. I was fucking... It ended up where the gig was just a roast. The gig was a roast because they're all slagging each other off and I'm just nicking all their jokes. They're saying about each other, tagging them. When I get up, I'm just fucking there's the guy with the big head, there's the guy that wets his pants when he's drunk, there's the fucking all of the bits that they roast each other for, and it's about them. And then obviously once you get a little bit of that going, you can pivot into some material, especially if it's about the northeast and got that. But the reason I bring this story up is because as part of the package, the guy who brought us over wanted us to do the 10K, the like fun run that's on the side of the marathon, so I could do a little bit of press about it. So afterwards, I could do a face to camera after the run, talking about the Dubai Marathon, and just like as somebody that's like a minor public figure, there's a comedian, Kai Humphries is over here for the run, right? I'd agreed to do that, but after the golf, I ended up getting mashed with these lads, right? And fucking, my phone's ringing the next morning. Where are you? Have you finished the run yet? I'm still fucking in bed. I'm hungover as fuck. I've still got my shoes on. Still got my contact lenses in. Have you drinking with Geordies in Dubai? And I went, I'll still come and do the interview. And he was like, well, you haven't done the run. I was like, we'll make it look like I've done the run. We'll make it look like I've done the run.
Like, I'm sweating, but just for a different reason.
So as hungover as I've ever been, right? I fucking turn up at where the press tent is through the finish of the marathon. So I go like through the finish line, like making phone calls so I can get past security, get me press credentials, go in, and they had the camera crew ready for us, right?
No way, man.
And they were like, well, you're going to have to get a sweat on. And I start doing fucking star jumps and squat jumps and fucking doing burpees and all that. And then I went, you know what? It's a fucking hot day. I'll just run for 5 minutes. And I ran from the finish line of the marathon where people who was like, maybe it's about the 5-6 hour mark at this point, people still coming in. And I start running past all the press tents and everything, right? And turn the corner and I'm running and it's just bleachers of people's family and friends and loved ones. And I'm fucking running the opposite way doing the marathon. And this Aussie bloke just trying to help just went, mate, you're going the wrong way. And guys are fucking with serious pace as well. I'm trying to fucking get a sweat on it in a bit of time. I'm like, it's not what you think.
Oh my
I'm running
god!
past
They'll be
him.
thinking you're one of these people that's doing a marathon and you've lost your mind because you've been running for 5 hours.
Ah, yeah.
This guy needs help.
I fucking ran back and eventually did the press, and I can actually show you the video for the press as well.
Oh
if you want
my
to put,
God.
if you want to put that on, I'll send you the
I'll
editing
look that up,
after
man.
the podcast if you want, because
Can't believe
it's
you
on
did
YouTube.
that. Aye, please send us.
Yeah.
Was it believable? Like when you see it, are you like?
If I remember right, and you'll get the footage, I haven't watched it back in a while, but it was something to do with, I thought because of all these tall buildings, there'd be a lot of shade. I'm ginger, I'm not meant for this kind of heat. It's like that kind of level, and you can see I've got a bit of a sweat on and a flushed face from fucking running the marathon backwards.
Was it ever like? Were you rumbled over there by anyone that? There was obviously people that knew, but was there anyone that went, you didn't do it, did you? Or did you kind of get away with it?
Do you know what happened as well? Because I ended up running back,
Aye.
right? Because I ended up running back to get to the press tent.
Right.
They fucking put a medal around my neck at the end, and I've got a Dubai marathon. Like I was only meant to do the 10k. I didn't do the 10k.
It looks like you did the marathon.
I've got the marathon medal. I got the medal for the Dubai Marathon 2015.
That's unreal. What a turn of events, man. That is wild.
Oh, beautiful! Like the way it all fell together with like Ganu drinking and playing golf and doing the roast for the boys, doing the turning up late for the fun run, still getting the press in for them.
Doing the video, man.
Those lads came to me last Newcastle show.
Oh, really?
And 10, 11 years after.
You must have been able to tell the story
after
and
the
been like,
fact. And they've got all these youngins that work with them now. They're like, because of the time of year it is now, they're all just back from Dubai, and then everything's all kicking off. And since they left, like the airports like fucking closed and all that.
That's a brilliant story.
So they were telling all the youngins. The youngins have heard the story a fucking million times as well, because it's folklore amongst them lot. So.
That's unreal, man. That I can't believe how that worked out. That is brilliant. My God, right. It's going to be hard to top that for things working out.
I know it's downhill from here. Like,
I just honestly. I love that they gave you a medal. I can't believe it.
I'd love to go back and actually do the Dubai Marathon, but it seems hard. seems dead hard.
That heat, you know.
I did a marathon in lockdown. Like the only time I've ever done one, I just did it in Victoria Park on my own. Just fucking stashed a couple of bottles of water and fucking
kept running
grenade bars and shit like dotted around the park, and they just kept running, and it was fucking horrid because I wore the wrong shorts. I was doing Muay Thai a lot at the time. And, you know, they've got like thick stitch in the Muay Thai shorts. I'd worn them a bunch of times for short runs, but when you're doing a long run, that thick stitching
starts to
scoring your legs. So what you'll do is like pull it down a little bit, and then it'll score it a bit there, and then you'll pull it up, and I'm looking for a bit that isn't scored yet. I've just got these lacerations on the inside of my legs. And it's a hot day as well, man. I fucking end up with my top off. So now the thing with the GPS on is rubbing against my side. So I've got my elbows up, and I've got my fucking my Muay Thai shorts pulled right up to my nipples, and I'm fucking running around Victoria Park. By the way, dog walkers don't know I'm doing a fucking marathon. I'm just this guy like running with fucking shorts from my nipples doing that. And I eventually fucking I got sub 4 hours in the park at Victoria Park. It's easily the hardest thing I've ever done. That's an oxymoron. Easily the hardest thing. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever done is doing a marathon. So that was in London. Fuck knows how hard it would be in Dubai.
This is amazing. We would traditionally then go to a relationship story.
Right.
Now these can be quite delicate at times, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm
gonna do my way for service for this one and make it from a previous relationship.
Lovely.
Because so many of my clips online and so many of my stories that I've told on podcasts are with her involved, because they're all cartoonish. They never make her look good, really. So there's enough damage just being done. So I'm going to tell a story from a previous life. So this was even before I started stand-up comedy.
Right.
This was when I lived in a town called Ashington, in southeast Northumberland near Newcastle. And I lived with my girlfriend at the time. And Christmas Eve, we were all drinking at a pub called the Fox Cover, just old man boozer. Right. And we decided to do like a Secret Santa amongst friends.
Lovely.
So much better, by the way, if you do Secret Santa amongst your mates and not work related where there's an HR. You know, people are getting second-hand penis pumps. fucking, I got a giant naked signed photo of myself for one of my friends to put up in his house. Fucking lovely print. And, so like somebody got like a fucking couch nearly the size of this, right? Because it was like it was a price limit, but went round a charity shop, saw a fucking massive fucking couch gang. It was like, it's within the price limit, but fucking we'll wrap it up and take it into the pub.
That's brilliant.
There's a fucking couch in the pub.
That's great.
And one of my mates got the gift I got was a jerry can full of petrol. I got a jerry can full of petrol. And one of my mates got Viagra.
Wow.
Camagra jelly. Little frubes. Seen them? Like they come in a little sachet. And I was actually like mocking him for a bit, just going, I've got something I can use actually. Put this in the blue. I've got something I fucking use here. You've got Viagra. He's like, I can use Viagra. I was like, impotent. He's like, you don't need to be impotent to use Viagra. It just fucking gives you a super boner. Like, you fucking stay harder for longer, last longer. And he's like, he's chuffed with his gift. And then later on, my lass who I was with at the time, she took a lift home. Somebody was driving.
Okay.
And she was like, I'll go back now. She still had presents to wrap for Christmas morning. She's like, I'll wait up for you getting in.
Yeah.
And my mate was like, she's waiting up for you getting in. Do you want to have one of these Viagras?
Ah.
I was like, I'll have a Viagra. I took this Viagra, fucking thought nothing of it. Went to get a taxi home, and I couldn't bring myself to get a taxi home, mate. I got a boner. I was carrying a jerry can full of petrol. I fucking whacked back. Fucking 3 mile or something, but I just fucking whacked it. I was like, I'm not gonna get a taxi. I'm gonna get a taxi with a hard on and a jerry can full of petrol. I've got limits.
Looks like you're going to carry out some kind of hate crime, but
Drop us off
who knows what, man?
Drop us off in the woods. I'll burn this off. So I walk back and I get in, and fucking my lass had been drinking more when she got in, wrapping presents, just fucking hoying up in the toilet. I was fucking redundant. I was keeping her hair out of her sick, flopping over my cock. Fucking put out of bed with a glass of water. I fucking fell asleep facing the other way and woke up and spent all day Christmas 2006 with a hard on. The whole Christmas day. Fucking shook my mum's hand instead of giving her a cuddle while it was tucked into my hip.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. So they are effective. Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good advert for them, I suppose.
It was good. Never got used. It's funny that because I remember that year, right? It was because we broke up a few months after that. There wasn't anything to do with that, but she did buy his Mrs. Brown's Boys DVD box set for Christmas.
Oh.
And you know when you get, I think this might be the beginning of the end.
Yes, that's a sign there.
I just say, I don't know if we've met. Don't be confused by the hard on. I've never been less aroused than I am now.
She's like, what are you talking about? You give me a jerry can of petrol you've had lying about the house.
I use it to burn me Mrs. Brown's Boys DVD.
Did you get a good use for the petrol though? Were you driving back then?
Just fucking chucked in the car. Just chucked in the car. Times were tight. There wasn't a lot of debt.
That sounds like a good group of pals though, in terms of the kind of jokey Secret Santa gifts, man.
Oh, good man. So funny. I love that shit. Like I miss that, like about living not in the Northeast anymore. And not just that, even if I did live in the Northeast, you didn't miss much. That's not happening anymore. Everyone's got families and kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But that pocket in time where you're all in your 20s, but you're all independent. You're all driving. You've all got your hooses. You're all, but there's nothing really holding you back from doing anything apart from maybe his finances.
Yeah.
And that pocket in time is like fucking glory. Like I didn't think you realise at the time when you're in it how fucking cool it is.
Oh mate, yeah, you're not going out and just spontaneously buying a couch in a charity shop for a laugh, and going out drinking and
everything's trivial, isn't it? When there's no responsibility. Beautiful.
Moment of silence for our youth. Good times. Good times now though as well,
But you know what?
Adapt, man.
You know what though? When the kids all grow up and all like that fucking retirement few years is gonna be cool, man. That's gonna, because I don't think like when I see my mates, it's still in there with them. They're still young and naive. They're still roasting each other like nothing's changed. When you get them little times together at a wedding or whatever, you're like, oh, you know what? When the responsibilities ease up a little bit, like we'll have it back. We'll just be all grey and that. So,
do you know, as another wee quick aside, Secret Santa, this was just last Christmas. I got one wrong. It's not even like an extreme, but I felt quite embarrassed about this as well. And one of my biggest pet peeves is people do a Secret Santa and then they're like, they don't keep it secret. They're like, did you get me that? Yeah, I did. And I'd rather just not know. But in my mind, and it wasn't like a big deal, but I was in a show at Moore and the cast were doing a Secret Santa. And they were like, oh, the budget's, let's do £15 budget. They were saying, I was like, all right, okay. So, and I really specifically found something, I went out of my way to find something that this lassie had really been saying she wanted, and it was something for holding scripts. It was great. And I thought, is that enough even? I've probably got another few pound, got a nice bar of chocolate. But when it came to the day, the Secret Santa, and everyone started opening their gifts, I really realised quite quickly that, not that I'd like gone really overboard, but I realised that actually I'd misheard that it was just £5 budget, and people had got each other just like total like novelty socks and like went in here and got a piece of shit, and then she opened up this great thing that she'd wanted,
name carved in
nice chocolate, and I was like, oh my god, and she still doesn't know it was me because I'd been the one really adamant. Like, no, absolutely, we all have to keep it secret.
Yeah, you can never find out that I've absolutely spoiled you rotten.
Exactly.
Spoiled you rotten for a Secret Santa. I've got your flights to New York.
I couldn't believe it, man. You know, it was... But
I've had an aeroplane to write your name in the sky.
the weirdest one I've ever seen, though, as well, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind me telling this story, but there was another, I was in Panto a year, and again, it was a cast one, but I wouldn't say her name, but she decided to draw a picture. She was a pretty good drawer, and she drew like a portrait of another cast member in it, like a kind of comedic version of him in the show. It was really cool that she did it. But someone had forgotten to buy their Secret Santa for somebody else, and there was only one left, and like it was the picture that was wrapped up, and she was sitting there and was like, oh, there's only one person left to get their gift, but there's two people waiting. And the guy that it was for, as being a nice guy, was like, no, you open it, to this other actress, going like, why don't you open it? It could be yours. I mean, we don't know. It could be yours. The lassie that painted it was going, oh my God, like, please don't let the other person open it. Because then, of course, this other actress opened up just a portrait of clearly the other guy actor. So not only was it clear that she had been forgotten to be bought for, but she was holding a very obviously hand-drawn picture for the other cast member.
It can't be for anyone else. It can't be for anyone else. We know how much you love this man.
God.
We thought we might want a picture of him in the house.
So it can go wrong, man. Be careful.
There's a little bit of lasting damage, and she talks about it in therapy about how she got overlooked.
Oh God, I think about that. Maybe I think about that even more than she does. God, I don't know. Kai, these have been great stories. Thank you for coming on. Have you got stuff coming up? What are you working on? Anything in particular right now?
So I wrote a show for last year's Fringe that got up and running in August, and I committed myself to tour it slowly for 2 years so that I'm not writing a new show when the World Cup's on. Because I don't want to be in Boston. I don't want to be in Boston thinking about August. Right? So I'm slowly touring. I'm mostly touring with Sloss on his tour, and whenever he's not touring, I'm popping up shows. I've got one coming up in Glasgow on the 13th of June, and that's just went on sale.
Brilliant.
I've got one in Newcastle on the 18th of May, and that's on sale now. And Australia, I don't know how far your reach is, but my next gigs, I'm doing Melbourne and Sydney with the show, so that's coming up.
Superb, and then you've kind of given us a wee teaser hint that the new show's going to involve an element of that school change.
It's why
and stuff.
I moved schools. Yeah,
I'm intrigued myself. I'll find out.
Yeah, it's been a fun show to do. And what's been nice is because I've done loads of them in Newcastle. So many people that went to my school have been in the audience while I've been telling the stories. You know, like really validates the stories when you're telling real life stories from school. And there's people who witnessed it in the room. Like it's really it's like a flashback to the 90s, school in the 90s.
Mate, can't wait. I look forward to seeing it. Thanks to everyone again for listening and watching. Thanks to the Stand Comedy Club, to Sean, our tech that you never see, but you sometimes hear him gently breathing in the background, Chris Thorburn. Thanks, of course, mostly to, and I am biased, but to the people that have subscribed on Patreon to support this independent podcast. Thank you very much for continuing to help us grow a little bit. And that's it. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Kai, you've just completed the event. How did it go for you?
Yeah, it was really good. I was happy that the heat was getting to me a little bit because personally I don't think you should put a ginger in the desert, but I made it through. I thought with all the tall buildings in Dubai there would be a bit more shade to aim for, but there's none. But yeah, I live in Scotland now. Up there I'm not even considered ginger. I'm practically Mexican in Scotland, but here in the desert, I felt it.
So were you happy with your time?
Yeah, I was aiming for under 20 minutes and I got under 20 minutes. It was nowhere near my personal best, but in this heat I was happy.
And with the tens of thousands of runners competing here today, what was the atmosphere like?
Oh, the atmosphere was incredible. That's what carried me through. Like, if I was in the gym on a treadmill trying to like run in this kind of heat, I would have probably just called it a day. Said not for me. But when there's that many people like really going for it, you're really in it together. It's amazing.
And all those runners who perhaps were struggling, did you kind of spur them on with a cheeky gag or a joke?
Yeah, the guys that were struggling were running past me. I needed their inspiration. I just while I've been stood here, I saw a guy run past in the gorilla suit as well. God knows what he was going through.
I know you do a bit of running. This is a highlight of your career to date then?
Oh, it's certainly one of them. It's been a great experience, but I know this might be going out to the northeast of England, and I'm going to say in my heart that my favourite experience is always the blading races. Always has been, always will be.